From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
Ants Meats and Grocery is much more than a grocery store. We carry a full line of quality meats, local and organic vegetables, and a large variety of fish, Green Mountain Smart Control pellet grills, and a full deli case of sandwiches and side dishes.
Well, you know, if you are looking for a really quick forecast in about a minute, sometimes a little bit longer depending on what's going on with the weather, then you can go to Kruger's QuickCast. What it will do is it'll just kind of let you know what to expect as you're heading out the door that morning and through the afternoon. You'll just get today's weather so you know what to expect. And you can go to weathernorcal.com and click on the forecast video section. And there you go, your weather in about a minute. But if you want a more detailed forecast, you come to the right place. All right, so let's start off with our picture of the day. Want to thank Tracy Sackett for sending in pictures of her hot dogs, right? So there you can see you've got their golden retriever. I believe this is a shepherd, but there you can see they're looking pretty happy. They don't look too terribly hot. Looks like she's got them out in the shade, and maybe they've had plenty of water to drink as well. We got to remember to take care of our pets during these heat waves, and the good news is this heat wave is going to go away. In fact, already noticing that here as we go into today and tomorrow. But if you want to share your photos, I'd like to share a photo of the day every morning with you. So by doing that, the easiest thing for you to do is go to Weather NorCal, the free Weather NorCal app, download it today, and you can share your photos from there, and maybe you'll see it here on this morning forecast. All right, let's take a look at our weather headlines. As I mentioned, we've got this cooling trend. It starts today, not as hot for your Father's Day weekend, and it gets even cooler for the beginning of next week. Now we're looking at mainly dry in the long range, and unfortunately with that cooler weather, we're going to be talking about the potential for some higher fire danger as well. Want to talk about some of the record highs. Now we didn't break any records for Redding. It was close on Monday. We were shy by 1 degree. We saw a little bit warmer on Tuesday with a high of 106, but that was 4 degrees shy. Yesterday, the hottest day of the year so far in Redding, 107 degrees for that daytime high. That's 2 degrees shy of the record yesterday of 109 degrees. We're not going to see any records today because, again, those temperatures are dropping below 100. But look at Red Bluff. Red Bluff started the trend here with breaking the record of 104 set in 2014. And then, of course, on Tuesday, broke the record by 1 degree, but 4 degrees shy yesterday with a high of 106 degrees. So let's take a look at those high temperatures for the month of June for Redding. Now, someone had asked me, how many days had we seen 100 degrees or higher last year? Well, let's start with this year. And we can see for the month of June, we didn't see any triple digits in May. Okay, so you can see here this year in Redding, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So far, Redding has seen 6 days of 100 plus degree temperature. So again, it begs the question, how many last year? Well, last year, we saw 42 days of 100 plus degree temperatures. Now, it's interesting. You go back a year before that, 2022, 71 days. That's actually 1 day shy of the all-time record in Redding. 2017 saw a total of 72 days of 100 plus degree temperatures. Let's hope we don't see a repeat of that. All right, look at the high temperatures we saw across the board elsewhere. 106 for Red Bluff, 104 in Corning. Temperatures, again, were mainly below 100 degrees, although Bernie just shy of that triple digit mark with a high of 99, 95 for Weaverville and Hayfork, and 87 for a high in Hoopa yesterday. All right, so here's a quick look at your neighborhood forecast at a glance, and look at that. No triple digit heat in the valley. Isn't that nice? Temperatures staying in the 90s though for many of the higher elevations, but that should drop as we go into tomorrow. Now the winds, not terrible, but they are more out of the south, which is also a help at about 20 miles per hour in some cases here, stronger off to the east, and of course those strong gusty north winds out along the coast. For your Friday morning, the winds do subside, and by Friday afternoon, looks like we've got quite a strong wind event coming in, especially out towards western side of the valley, especially out towards western Tehama County, but even Shasta County near Redding. Seeing those gusts over 30 miles per hour, a very good possibility. And then, of course, those strong winds coming in from the west for the eastern mountains and strong north winds along the coast. But unfortunately, that's going to mean higher fire danger. All right, so let's take a look at the humidity levels, right? So that's one thing we've got to take a look at. So today, you can see the humidity levels are going to be at least in the double digits, right? We're talking about the low teens. As we go into your Friday, even though those winds are picking up, you can see the humidity level is not much higher. And again, one of those key factors is the fact that we have more of that south wind a little bit here, but coming in from a little bit more from the northwest by the time we do get into Friday. So today, there you can see that fire danger. Again, those winds coming in from the south, and you're just looking at the moderate to high in the valley. And really not that bad either, mainly in that low to moderate category, off into some of the higher elevations. Now, as we go into Friday, you see how that fire danger really increases here, but again, because of those strong north-northwest winds making the way on the west side of the valley. So we do have that high to even very high category, and we're getting into some of those yellows out towards Modoc and Lassen County. So we've got to pay attention to the mountains now as we're starting to see more and more of those dry fuels. And when we start to see these winds, we've got to pay attention to that as well. So we still have that ridge of high pressure in place, but it is going to start to break down thanks to this area of low pressure right here. So that bubble of heat to our east, that's moving way out of the area. This bubble of heat down to our south and west, that will be kind of shifting southward because this cooler air is going to be kind of barreling closer to us. So as we go through the weekend, our temperatures start to drop. Now, the main thing I'm concerned about is, yeah, the winds will pick up a little bit here, but I think a bigger wind event will be coming in behind that with this area of low pressure right here, because we're going to see more of a slider coming in. So as we go into Monday of next week, yes, we're looking at those cooler temperatures. That then dives down to the south and east. Again, this is your typical slider because you see how it's kind of moving down to the south and east. That's going to give us those gusty winds even into Tuesday of next week. Then that shifts off to the east, northeast, and high pressure will start to try to build back in. So temperatures are dropping for this weekend, dropping even more for early next week, but then by around middle of next week, we start to see a bit of a warming trend as this moves out and the warmer air begins to move in. But again, you see this right here, this is going to continue to move eastward and flatten this ridge, so not getting as hot as it would like to. That all being said, we still do have the warmer than normal conditions in store for us as we look at the long range coming in from the Climate Prediction Center. So futurecast, mainly dry, but again, with that system coming in on Monday, it's going to be a little too close for comfort. So the rain and even some higher elevation snow in Oregon, not to mention Washington, it is clipping Northern California. So I have included a chance for showers for most of the mountains, the coast, but dry in the valley and most likely dry in the eastern mountains, places like Lassen and Plumas counties as well. We'll take a closer look at that in your 7-day outlook here in a bit, but there you can of course see dry conditions will continue after that as we go through the rest of next week. So again, minus that little bit of a chance on Monday, looking fairly dry. We look at our wave heights for today. Looks like the good news is we start to see those wave heights begin to diminish as we go into your Friday. However, that being said, we still have some strong winds out there this morning. There's a hazardous seas warning until 9 o'clock this morning. Most likely it will be downgraded to a small corrective advisory as we go through the afternoon because we still have those north winds at about 15 to 20 knots. All right, here's your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. You can see that temperatures are dropping. Again, I've included a chance for showers on Monday, which could even include a chance for some thunderstorms as well, especially in the higher elevations. For the North Coast, your neighborhood forecast there, I've included that chance for showers there. Temperatures mainly around 60, give or take, over the next 7 days. We take a look at your North Coast forecast to the north. There, of course, you can see the inland areas. I have also included the chance for showers, maybe even an isolated thunderstorm. Temperatures much cooler in the low 70s at that point. For Siskiyou County, I've also included that Monday chance for showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm, but today, still a pretty warm day. You know, we're seeing the temperatures really drop for the valley. Not much of a drop for many of the higher elevations, but we will eventually see that bigger drop by the time we get into tomorrow, and not to mention going into the weekend. And still, even for Modoc County, you've even got that chance for showers on Monday. But as I mentioned, as you head into the eastern mountains, I don't anticipate any showers or thunderstorms there, so I'm keeping it dry for the next 7 days for Lassen and Plumas counties, and not to mention the mountains east of the valley as well. But temperatures today in Susanville, I mean 93, still pretty hot, but we're back down to the 80s by Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then there you can see as we go into Monday, boy, we're talking temperatures back down into the 70s. Your Valley neighborhood forecast brought to you by NorCal Tractor. Yeah, instead of the triple digits, how about this? Low to mid 90s, we'll certainly take that. And then dropping down to the 80s by Sunday, mid 80s by Monday before temperatures kind of spike back up again around Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. Your Valley neighborhood forecast to the north, 97 for Reading, 97 for Anderson, and 96 degrees for Red Bluff. Taking a look at that 7-day outlook, and there you can see upper 80s for Saturday, Sunday, mid 80s for your Monday, back in the low to mid 90s by next Tuesday and Wednesday.
Let nothing stand between you and the tree stand with this great offer on the fast, durable Kubota Sidekick. Featuring a gas-powered engine that delivers a top speed of 40 miles per hour, outstanding acceleration and handling with cargo, and a 2-year, 1,000-hour warranty. Get the Sidekick now for 0 down, 0% APR for 36 months or save $1,000.
Tractors, trailers, rentals.
You do it all, we do it local.